graduate from high school either. I'd have to find that out. Next, our Associate Executive Director of Energy and Community Resources and Lowell School Committee member, Connie Martin.
Good evening, all. I do not need to move the microphone because I have on 4-inch heels. That's preemptive on my part, but still. Welcome to our evening tonight. I have the very rare honor of being able to introduce our next bridge builder, Dr. Anita Greenwood. Dr. Anita Greenwood currently is the Dean of Education at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. She joined the university as a graduate student in 1983, later working as a lecturer supervising pre-service science teachers. In 1992, Dr. Greenwood became the first person to receive a doctorate in mathematics and science education from the University of Massachusetts at Lowell. And in 2012, she was named the Dean of the Graduate School of Education. She currently serves as one of the co-directors of UTeach. For those of you who may not be aware of UTeach, it's a program where students, undergraduates who are studying in science, math, engineering, technology, are going through the content part of their undergraduate experience, but they're also given the opportunity to work in schools throughout the greater Lowell area and in some of the surrounding districts, so that they have an opportunity to not only gain the content knowledge in their area of interest, but they're also able to try out and see if teaching is a career that they may be interested in. These students have the opportunity to be in a classroom, getting direct experience with students, and more importantly, being supported by mentor teachers, so that the situation gives them the most positive opportunity to hopefully inspire them to join the cadre of fine educators that we have here in the city of Lowell and in our surrounding community districts. When we talk about Dr. Greenwood and we talk about her talent and her commitment, it is certainly noticed and recognized by her peers across the many areas that she works in. Donald Pearson, who is the Vice Provost for Graduate Education at UMass Lowell, had noted that Dean Greenwood's innovative approach in UTeach and her commitment to quality education are bringing new talents and energies to K-12 classrooms across our community. I had also taken the opportunity to speak with Claire Abrams, who is here this evening, and is the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction here in the city of Lowell. She gave me a wonderful quote. Dr. Anita Greenwood is truly a teacher's teacher. She exhibits all the qualities one looks for in an educator. She is passionate about her work and always brings an exciting perspective to the table. Over the years, Dr. Greenwood has been involved in partnerships with the Lowell Public Schools, and she has provided exceptional professional development for Lowell teachers, as well as thoughtful guidance for the hundreds of teachers from Lowell as they continue to pursue their own educational goals. I will say, as during my time on the Lowell School Committee, I was inspired to return to school, to return to the Graduate School of Education at the university. And as I went through my program and learned an amazing amount about education in the broadest sense, the final class I had to take was with Dr. Greenwood. So she was what was standing between me and my degree. There were some tough moments. I can say without question that I am not one of the most outstanding students that Dr. Greenwood ever had. But I can also say she was without question one of the most outstanding professors I was ever lucky to have. I had gone back, and this is the truth, I went back and looked at a couple of my papers. It was somewhat chilling, and it reminded me of just how kind Dr. Greenwood really is. The topic at hand when I was completing my course was constructivism. I'm sure you're all very familiar with that. We talk about it all the time. But I did go back and I did find a quote from Jean Piaget, who was a theorist that we talked a great deal about during that final course. The quote was, "Education for most people means trying to lead the child to resemble the typical adult of his society. But for me and no one else, education means making creators. You have to make inventors, innovators, not conformists." And I couldn't agree more, and I know collectively our community, we couldn't agree more. Dr. Anita Greenwood is a talented, inspiring, and forward-thinking partner. educating our youth today here in the greater Lowell area so they are ready for the world of tomorrow. We are very pleased to recognize her efforts with the Lowell Public Schools in helping to ensure that our students have a bright future with the 2014 Bridge Builder Award in the area of education.
I can't believe she remembered that she was in my class. I'm absolutely thrilled and honored to receive this award. I can't thank community teamwork enough. But I can honestly say that although I'm getting this recognition for the work that I do, the work that I do is an absolute privilege. It's a passion, it's a pleasure to work with the teachers and the children in the Lowell Public Schools. And I really do mean the Lowell Public Schools because since I came to this country, I really have done a lot of work with them and have enjoyed every moment. I came to Massachusetts from England, and I came for a 9-month stay. That was in 1983, which if you do your math is 31 years ago, and I haven't left. I was a licensed teacher in England, but when you came to the United States back in 1983, you weren't allowed to teach, so I decided I would volunteer. And I walked into the Riley School and they said, come on in, you can teach science. And I did voluntary teaching in science in the Riley School. Probably totally illegal these days, they didn't know anything about me. But fortunately, no Corys, no fingerprinting in those days. Fortunately, I was an upstanding citizen, so they allowed me to teach. But then I decided that as we were staying in the United States, I would go to that university up the road, which was ULowell at that time. And I joined ULowell as a graduate student. And as I said, that was 31 years ago. And I immediately started working with the Lowell Public Schools. And since that time, we've done things like summer science camps, training science specialists, working on science curriculum. And at that time, the superintendent was George Saxaris, and the assistant superintendent was Ted Rorak. I cannot thank them enough for the opportunities that they gave me to be able to work with the children and the teachers of Lowell. But now, as the Dean of Education, I also can't thank the present superintendent and the present assistant superintendent enough for allowing us to continue that association. UMass Lowell is highly committed to working with the public schools of Lowell. Just last night, Jean and I were at an event where we were looking at Lowell High School students teaming with UMass Lowell You Teach students. We both gain from that association. My students gain wonderful skills in mentoring. The Lowell High School students are seeing what higher education means for them. We are opening doors, we are broadening their horizons and making the children of Lowell really understand what education can do for them. So I'm committed in the future to continue to find out what these bridges are within education so that we can enable all Lowell children to succeed. I can't thank you enough for recognizing the part that I play, a small part that I play in this, but we all know that there's success through educational opportunity. Thank you, CTI.